All right. Welcome back to It's New. Oh, Anu, you're there. Okay. This is going to be a huge
It's not
delay.
gonna work.
Oh.
Anu is
It's
here.
not gonna work.
Anyway, Anu is on a train leaving us. She got really insulted by Morty's comments about the hairstyle. So
All I said was her dad was bald.
exactly. And now she has to go visit her dad going on a train. Who knows what she has to go through with dangers. But she's doing it because of your comments. I don't think she can even hear us. Anyway, I'll be covering Google's expansion of AI mode for the first time, URL extensions, how they matter for SEO or not, and an undisclosed AI answer box that Google seems to be testing. Morty, what do you got?
This is the best thing Google has ever done.
Okay.
But it's a test.
Greg?
And Google Posts is getting moved down in the batting order in your Google business profiles.
And Anu, if you hear us.
Oh, come on.
I don't think it's.
Yeah,
Morty,
that's how I feel about your news story too. All right.
I did
We're
tell
gonna
Anu
move
to
on.
wear reds today.
You had to
All right.
tell her to wear red. Although at the conference, she wore bright yellow one day.
It's a
I think her
Yankees.
hair matches her red hair. That's how it works. I don't know. I should do that. Match my hairstyle to my clothing. Actually, I do. I think. Bland.
I do.
All right. All right. So, first bit of news: Google, for the first time, has expanded AI mode outside of the U.S. Of course, it goes to India. It's in Search Labs, meaning that you still have to opt into it. Whereas in the U.S., it's fully available to everybody, even if you don't opt into it. And then it's basically what you expect. You opt into it, you get it. So just keep in mind it launched this morning. Some people spotted it about, 11 p.m. Eastern last night. And I have some of those posts there in the thread. And then Nick Fox said, "This is what you've been waiting for." And he basically said, "This is our first international expansion of AI mode, and we'll be adding more features over time." Again, keep in mind if you are in India and you're SEO and you're looking to see if you can find that data in Search Console, it's not there because it's a labs only feature and Search Console does not track labs. Even if it was there, you wouldn't be able to figure it out anyway. So there you go. And I can move on from there because we have a lot to discuss. Google is still saying that URL extensions don't matter for SEO purposes. John Mueller made a video about 7 years ago, basically saying, "Will removing the .html from URLs help my site?" And he basically said, no, they don't really matter. And then John Mueller responded to a thread on Reddit saying, no, it doesn't matter. No extension, yes extension, whatever you want, just doesn't make a difference. And then the person he responded to said, "I appreciate your response. Can you edit it and add your experience level, like how many years you've been doing SEO, so I could know if I could trust you?" And then people were like, it was kind of funny. At the same time, he does have a badge there with a Google logo on him thing saying search advocate, like one of the few people on Reddit that actually have like these badges. That being said, it is important to validate, who's giving those responses. But John probably just should have linked to the video on the Google search YouTube channel instead of actually responding to it.
Wait, Barry, you're giving advice here. Can you please add your experience level to this show?
Just look at my hair. That's my experience level.
Just look at his URLs, .html, ranking just fine.
Yeah. And then we have this weird undisclosed, I'm calling it, blue search answer box. It looks like an AI overview. This is first spotted by David Matthew Kongsdorf Larson. Check out his YouTube channel, which is National Tidy. Anyway, it's in the channel. Just click on it, subscribe. And then a bunch of other people noticed this as well after I said it. Did anybody see this before? And it's basically this answer box without any tag on it. Doesn't say AI overview, doesn't say featured snippet, doesn't have any disclaimer. It's just an answer box in blue. And it's cool because it's not as big as the AI mode or the AI overviews. And there's a big fat link. It's kind of like a feature snippet, but with AI in it. And I'm not sure what's going on there. But it is very interesting. And I'll embed a video here so you can actually check it out.
Didn't they highlight the featured snippets at one point, like the whole thing?
Parts of it, yes, they did.
No, parts of it, yeah,
blue, yellow, different colors, yes. All right, how you feeling? How's your emotions these days, Morty?
Shrug. I don't know, why this is a test. This is the greatest thing they've done. You know when you're searching for an emoji, especially those ones that people do on Twitter, where I don't know how to make those things. right?
Yes.
Like the lines, you make spaces and it makes like a shrug. Anyone know I don't know how to do that. Anyone know how to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but you just copy and paste it from a website. But now there was a test where, hold on, who found this? Len found this, and you sorry.
You're making me blush like an
You would
emoji.
search for shrugging emoji, and it would give you an option to copy and paste the emoji, which means you don't have to go to those websites where you can do this already. But honestly, it's the best thing Google's done in a million years.
I love it.
Right.
Yeah.
Greg's not a fan, but I've used those websites, and every single time I try to copy an emoji from those websites, I get all this malware installed on my computer.
No, I love this. This is great. Like every now and then you need to like throw something in an email and it's like your Gmail doesn't have emojis and it's like, I need one. And you have to do the same thing. You have to go fishing around trying to find it. This is great.
So you did not invest in any of those websites that make emojis. Okay, got it. Good, smart. All right, and then what about business profiles and social media and Google Posts and all these fun social things?
With business profiles, you may not want to invest as much in posts because Google is testing, at least according to some screenshots that were provided by Syed M. Amir Hassan, that the Google Posts in business profile are going to be moved under some social profiles. Again, this is just a test, but I find this to be a strange one where Google's actually out there maybe sending people to a location and moving those profiles up above the posts. And it's like doing the posts is good original content. I guess maybe it's just not enough people are doing them or they're blanked or something like that. But I would just say like if this happens, less people are probably gonna be using posts if it's like, hey, we're promoting all your other social stuff first.
Yeah, if they only added these slider effects to it, it may get more interactions, I would think.
Yeah, well, there are like those carousel sliders. And just to correct ourselves from last week, we had seen those mobile ads that had that black line. I think I called it like a doodle jump, which is a game far too recent for Morty. Maybe Morty, you would look at it more like, I don't know, what's a jumping? Mario, like Mario.
Just a little fact there. The guy who invented Doodle Jump, I worked with him in an office when I was 16 years old. Promise, he was the designer in one of these companies, kind of WebMD's competitor. I worked for an internet company back when I was 16 for the summer. And he was like their lead designer. And he came up with, I think his name is Igor Pusinjak.
Say that again?
I don't want to say it again. And he came up with that game and he made a boatload of money. So I'm very happy for him. Good guy. Anyway, go ahead.
Wow.
Cool.
Right.
Wow.
Well, we might have to censor his last name there. But anyway, for the examples that we had there, it looked like there was just a line that was static. In actuality, you can scroll to see different versions of the ad on mobile. And I think in theory, this is a good idea, with the exception of it's just going to be an RSA and it's not going to be something different. Like I would see this work really well with things like site links, which Google's like running away from with as fast as they can for some reason. But if I see something like official Nike shoes and then I see something like new Nike styles, it's going to go to the same spot. It's going to have the same final URL. Really, what would make more sense is using site links there and saying, oh, look, I've got Nike running shoes. You swipe and there's Nike basketball shoes and you can get to different locations. So I'm a little confused as to like how this is going to work, especially because with RSAs, you don't really like make a good experience. You just kind of let Google make the experience for you. So it's an odd one. It could be kind of cool, but I'm just worried that it's going to be the same regurgitated stuff when you swipe.
Yeah, I'm worried too.
Now, how would you pronounce that?
I'm not even going to try.
Igor Pusinjak. Yeah, I think you got it.
Okay, I got it. I mean, I did work with him, so I think I know how to pronounce his name. Although I'm not really good at pronouncing people's things. Any event, you're right. And a new dropped off. Hopefully the train didn't load. But she was going to talk about Google Analytics and a new consent signal rating feature during your consent mode setup in Google Analytics. This is spotted by Thomas Excel. If you want more information about that, that's on searchengineland.com.
Question. When you guys ride on trains, do you sit one way or another? Facing forward or facing back?
I
backwards.
haven't ridden on a train for years, maybe like 10 years.
I have to be facing forward. I knew it was going backward. That makes me sick.
Oh, I like going backwards.
No, I like seeing where I'm going.
I used to get sick on buses while reading, and then I trained myself not to.
Oh,
How
look
often
at
do you
that.
go on buses and read?
When I was in school in City College, I used to like take the bus in, and I'm like, I'll just study on the bus because it was like an hour ride. And I used to want to vomit, but then I stopped because I just kept doing it to myself over and over again.
Did you vomit on the bus?
I wish, no. Anyway, plenty of stories about that bus. I'm not going to share them right now. Anyway, have a great day. Back tomorrow with more It's New. Bye-bye.
Bye.